Hello, my name is Nicholas Grant. This is for assignment 9.1 using Google Firebase to record data for CRC 230 Internet of Things. This is the video demonstration. So, effectively, all this assignment is really doing is setting up Firebase. On my left side of the screen over here is Firebase. This is the real-time database. We're trying to have the M5 Core 2 be able to we have it so we can use it to record data on the real-time database. So on the right side of the screen is the code that will generate, so far it's just random intervals. I'll actually show that part right here. So down here in the second half in my loop, we have the integers two variables are being generated randomly. There's a push int and then there is a float. Right about here is this float right here where we're using random float. So we're just creating a random float number, and then we up here is the push int. This is the int, and it's just accounting for the count right here, which is increasing it so we can record data. So it's gonna shoot out an ID along with an integer with the count, and that's kind of how we're recording the data as it's being restored in the ID. So uh, I'm gonna just show off the code a little bit so you can pause and just take a look. Some basic stuff, libraries into Firebase objects to setting up the some variables like the count here, going into setup, getting the serial turned on, the M5, some basic stuff setup for display, checking connections. I have a secret.h that includes the Firebase URL that's being shown on the real-time database, the WI key, which is needed to connect to it, so the M5 can connect to it, the Wi-Fi and password to get internet. There's that database URL and API key I was just mentioning. Going further down, setting up an anomalous sign-up connection so Firebase can connect to it. Going into initializing Firebase to then setting up the Firebase is ready, and then every 15 seconds using the milliseconds to send and upload new data, going into setting up the random float to the random int, and then having it being shown on the M5 so you can see that. So let's turn it on and show you that information. Am I pressing the right one? No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Alright, there we go. So we have it saying Firebase upload. It's going to give it a second, and then if you notice on my screen left, it updated with the float and the integer. Now, the integer actually has a folder, and that's where I was saying how it's going to be recording data by having this ID here, and it's increasing because of the count. So that is just one method. I mean, you could just change the set float here in the push int, and now I'll change it. So right now it's setting a random float while this is pushing for new information. But yeah, we can just let it play, and then is it 12.10, and 12.10 is the new float. The other ones are being recorded, the integer, but not the float. But that's just setting it up. But this is just a video demonstration. But other than that, that's the code and that's how it works. So, thank you.